Welcome to the Trans General Podcast. I'm your host, Charlotte, and we have Chelsea.
Damn, Charlotte, back at again with the podcast.
What? What's happening? I was not warned of this. And we have Rowan.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm going well. I just have to, podcast again.
Ah, yes.
It's a good thing, though.
Let's podcast again.
Let's podcast one more
Cast
time.
that pod.
One more time we're going to celebrate.
Into the ether. Out to you, listeners, all out there in radio land.
Where the sound waves just bounce off everything.
Good, excellent. Yep. Fantastic. All right, so today we're going to be talking about video games and how they relate to trans stuff.
I think you find they're pronounced video games.
Video games and how they relate to trans stuff.
I think they're called Nintendos.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the Nintendo's Games Boys podcast, TM.
I'm Nintendo, this is Game, and this is Boy.
Why were they Game Boys and not Game Girls, huh? Answer me that, Nintendo.
What about the game non-binaries?
Game Child. Everyone's happy. It's just a small game. Just for children.
It's
a game,
tiny
Liz.
child game. Do we want to talk about what happened in the news this week?
Little Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
We will resume podcasting when Rowan rejoins us from their laughing fit.
Hey, what's happened in the news?
Oh yeah, there was some new stuff. One of the things I saw, and I don't know if we've discussed it because I have a really bad memory, but one of the things I saw was there was actually a very high profile thing. I think it was like a modeling agency that was just like, hey, do you want this person? Like, it was like a child under 10, and it was a trans girl, and they were like, hey, do you want this girl to be sent into the men's bathroom? And she looked really like, what's the term, cis-normative? All the ideals that cis people project onto trans people to be like, oh, now you are like us. You are not different. We like you now. And it's kind of hurtful because it's just sort of like, hey, if trans people look, cis-normative, now we can let them into restrooms. It's just not the right rhetoric to use to get people to treat us fairly.
Yeah, you're essentially... Look, we use the term throwing under the bus very often on this podcast, but yeah, you're throwing...
It happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... That's what you're doing. It's like... I kind of appreciate in some level when like trans guys were sharing photos of themselves in bathrooms because it's like, hey, you want to keep men out of bathrooms, but you're putting men in women's bathrooms.
Yeah.
But, how people look, how they identify don't always line up 100%. We shouldn't be making people afraid of people that look a particular way. It doesn't...
it just creates... It's creating problems. It's creating problems for cis people because like androgynous looking cis people are now getting reprimanded as they go into bathrooms in North Carolina.
Yep, it's happened.
And it's just like, we told you so. It's not a good time.
No.
No?
It's not.
I haven't watched or read that much news because I started playing World of Warcraft again.
How's it going for you?
Pretty good.
You're a trans in a video game.
I'm a trans in a video game. Sweet segue.
Trans in a video game, yeah.
So I'm struggling a little to find a guild that's not shit. So, listeners, if you're in a guild that's not shit, let me know.
Ask them if they adhere to our trademark tagline. Don't be shit.
Well, I was like, hey, I'm trans. Whenever I go into a guild, like, is this cool? And then it's kind of like, the response is like, yeah, just don't make a big deal out of it. It's like, what's the big deal? I was like, yeah, as long as you can take a joke. And it's like... About what? What are you suggesting? Are you suggesting you're going to be transphobic? Because that's exactly the opposite of being accepting.
Yeah, but they actually mean, like, you then leave the guild and they're just like, oh, wait, I forgot to clarify. I actually meant as long as you can take a joke about cis people and how much they suck.
And you have to like lead with that.
You really have to, otherwise the trans people leave and you're just like, oh, I was still typing out the message.
Oh my gosh,
God.
imagine if your guild tagline was "Let's joke about cis people."
But like, you know, whenever people go like, "Oh, but I joke about everyone," like as if they do.
No.
Like as if they joke about their own.
Like it, and it's generally. God, I used to know a person whose dad would say, "I'm not racist. I hate everyone equally." I'm just like, I've never heard you rag on white men. Never, ever. I bet it'll never happen. But yeah,
That's white men.
that's white men.
I think we make more jokes about ourselves.
We do, but they're not like.
It's you can make humor that's like sort of this kind of self-deprecating, but not like phobic.
Yeah. We don't go for the cheap shots when making jokes about ourselves. I think that's the real difference there. But also, it's jokes about us, so we're allowed to do it
We can be as cheap as we want if we want.
if we want.
But we can go like high class.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it just goes to show you can make jokes about sexuality and gender that aren't homophobic or transphobic or
Whoa.
biphobic.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a revelation. Chelsea, dropping truth bombs.
Can everyone just like go to their local comedian and let them know that this is a thing? Just go to the local comedy club.
Find
just
a comedian.
Find a comedian and just because that's just where they hang out all the time.
That's all they do.
They
That's
just
where
go.
they live,
Let's
right?
go to the comedy club.
I'm just imagining just like going up to Jordan and being like, "Hey, please don't make shitty trans jokes." She's like, "Yeah. Why would I? What are you? Why are you telling me?"
And then you
Just
just
so
be like,
you know.
sorry, a podcast told me to tell you.
Yeah, we decided on our podcast. You know,
And we didn't want to not tell you because you were.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
because that would be discrimination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to tell everyone.
Yeah. Got to tell everyone equally.
Got to treat everyone exactly the same.
Yep.
That's equality. I talked in front of a bunch of people, in front of a bunch of allies today at my university. They were doing training and they had real life queer people there for them to.
It's for them to walk up to. And
We
like,
talk about our experience.
there was a
like-
hole in the glass, and they could like touch you.
They put you behind some fence and people had some food. And they just...
Please
Can
don't
I have some
overfeed the
Nutrigrain,
trans-
please? Just put it through a little feeder.
Yeah, sorry, we only have gummy bears.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
But they're rainbow, so it's okay.
That's
Yep,
cool.
Yep.
Gummy bears is alright, I suppose.
I can't eat them.
Yeah, so I was on a panel talking about my experience and got to look at some of the content. And so it's good. I mean, it's good to know that there are like staff at the university that are going out of their way to get more knowledge on LGBTIQAP+.
And you got to look at some real life queer people.
How were
true.
they? Did they look queer enough?
Were they the same size in real life?
To scale. We were trans people to scale. We look like the real thing.
With the queer enough joke, I was actually wondering, like, did they actually just pick queer people that were identifiably queer? Like, that person has dyed hair. That person...
They're just like out in
That
the
person's
lawn,
wearing plaid.
like out
Yep.
in the duck plum lawn and just yell, "Hey, are you queer?"
Queers
Yes.
assemble!
They went out on the duck pond lawn and they threw rainbow cookies on the ground.
And those that stood up were like, no, we're going to corral you.
It was staff and students that are involved in that sort of stuff with the uni, like being queer rap. I was approached to do it. Yeah,
Corral.
corralled. I was wrangled. They had a lasso.
I love the idea of the real
No,
life
there was
queer
like
zoo.
there was a little trailer gummy bears to a box with a stick.
They were like, "Hey, what's your favorite Madonna song? Hey, what's your favorite Tegan and Sarah song?"
Oh my god.
That's how they tell.
That's how they tell.
They just yell it across the university.
How much do you like Queen?
I like Queen a great deal.
There
Is
you
that
go.
even a litmus test?
Is it?
I was like, yeah,
Oh,
I'm-
okay.
ambivalent towards them.
You would have escaped. You would have been the lucky one.
They'd have been like, not sure. And I'm like, excuse me.
How about the Queen? How about Queen Liz?
She's alright.
She's alright.
She's alright.
She's a bit of a good sort.
My favorite Tegan and Sarah song is the one from the Lego movie.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome.
That is my favorite song.
It's so good.
Doesn't it also have like the Lonely Island on it?
I think
Does?
like one
oh
of them.
yeah.
Do you have all of them or just like one or
Did
two?
it
I
have-
don't know.
Sandberg. The ultra evolution of Michael Cera. You can laugh into the mic, Chelsea. It's okay.
No, I was actually coughing
Oh,
again. Yeah, what's happened to Michael Cera? Where's he been?
Where is he? I like him.
Does anyone
He's
know
great.
where he
Is
is?
still that mustache?
I don't know. I think
don't
that was
like
just a
him
temporary thing for Youth in Revolt.
Oh, I
Can
hope
someone
so.
email us with the
Michael Cera
coordinates
update?
of where Michael Cera is? Maybe that can be a
Preferably-
new segment.
Preferably latitude, longitude, Michael Cera watch.
What's Michael Cera watch? Where's Michael Cera
It'll
now?
be, where in the world is Michael Cera?
Okay. We're going to need eyes and ears on the ground, so please tweet us if you know the whereabouts of Michael Cera.
We'll
or
be
you
out
can
there in
just follow his Twitter page.
The Cera sphere.
I'm going to go follow his Twitter page from the official Trans General page.
This is good. Is it at Michael Cera official?
That's too
No,
long.
it's at the real Michael Cera. So, mail? Is it mail time?
Yeah, you can do some mail. Some of that good old-fashioned mail.
Trans
Trans.
mail?
We're gonna find some trans mail.
We don't have the box. Not the box. The bag.
The back, it's so far away, I can't actually reach it.
It's alright. It's alright. It's digital mail. It goes beep boop 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 boop.
I can shake a bottle.
All right, so we've got mail from Do Mori. Sorry if we pronounced that wrong.
Do more? Doe more?
I wouldn't, like...
I don't know. Is it Latin? I don't know.
Is it? Do Mori, I'm going to go with that. Sorry that we
I
assumed
like it though.
Yeah. Sorry
It
that we
looks
assumed we're
good.
pronouncing it wrong.
The
Like,
letters are really pleasing to my eyes. The form of them.
Hey people, if you send us in a question, please give us a pronunciation guide. If you don't send it in, we'll just pronounce it like the way that we do, and we're Australian, so we pronounce everything weird.
Preferably using the international phonetic
Yep.
alphabet.
Yeah,
Use the IPA. I can read that.
I can too.
Cool. That's good.
I feel so left out.
Well, you can read program language.
That's true.
So we all have our skills.
We all have our languages we can read.
Okay, so do you want to take this?
Yeah, I'll take this one. So the subject is feedback, positive, and question. You guys are really awesome, and I just wanted to say that I love the format of your podcast. I've listened to quite a few trans-related YouTube videos and a few podcasts, and the best ones always seem to strike your guys' balance. You have hard, deep stuff, while also goofing off and talking about unrelated things. We do a lot of that. Especially,
It has to happen.
So
especially
trans general.
the unrelating things. I'm a big fan of anime and movies in general, so I love to hear about theories and such, but it's always in a binary cis sexist point of view that it's hard to shut off my arsehole detector to have a good listen. I just wanted to tell you guys how awesome that is. I've watched up to your transminology. I make that pun up.
Mythology.
I should be able to say that. I've watched up to your transminology episode and I learned a lot. I'm hoping to start a podcast of my own through my trans non-binary intersex club at Bellevue College, but I doubt it will work since not many people have expressed interest in the club despite all the work I've done. Second thing is a question. Do you have a YouTube channel? A lot of people part of my generation, born in the 90s plus, are on YouTube quite a bit. And if you guys had a channel on YouTube, you might get more traffic. IDK, hope that doesn't sound rude. I can understand if that's something you consider but decide not to do. YouTube can have a very cruel audience. That's why a lot of YouTubes like Ashley Mardell and the other LGBTQIA ones have to block a lot of comments, I think. Anyway, just wanted to say you guys are awesome and keep up with the good work. That's a really lovely email.
That's really nice.
This is the stuff we like seeing.
And YouTube can just bring it on. Like if we have a YouTube account and there's awful
literally.
people, we'll fight them.
Literally, the first thing I thought of was like, oh my gosh, transgeneral Let's Plays.
Oh, that sounds
Because
good.
that's the thing now.
Yeah, and
Vlogging is,
well.
it's not dead. It's like
I'm just
going
thinking.
on the out and out.
Does Kate want to do a Let's Play of The Sims?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, we'll have to
bet they-
ask.
We'll have to ask, but I bet they do.
We can put up YouTube videos, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a format we want to look at. I just don't know, like, if our format works that well in video form. It's just a bunch of banter.
Yeah,
We'd have to, like, do research and actually be good at our jobs and stuff.
that's not gonna happen.
No, that's not going to happen anytime soon.
But the Let's Plays I think would work. Like just, I guess we could have several, and we just take two of a given people and do a few hours of recording and cut it up into a few LPs, release it over a few weeks, and who wants
Also-
to play Dark Souls with me?
Me.
Yay!
I can talk about Dark Souls while you watch Dark Souls.
That sounds great.
I can be near cheering on.
I kind of like the idea of someone just picking up a game that I know nothing about while I commentate.
That could be our format.
Oh, she did the roll! Yeah, the roll!
That gets you 10 points.
10 points on the trans scale. Nice job.
You exchange those points for potions.
Potions and
making
new
this up.
hairdos.
Oh yeah, every game should have customizable unlockables.
Oh my god, just every game should have unlockable outfits. I just want to be able to change the outfit of every character I play ever.
Hey Doe, thank you for the email, and I highly recommend you give a podcast of your own a shot. It's a lot of fun.
Can be kind of expensive to start.
It depends. Like, I mean, you can just use some kind of headset and Audacity.
That's true.
Just go for your life. Like, yeah, it's a learning experience, and for us, it's a lot of fun. And the fact that we've gotten the reach that we've gotten is pretty phenomenal. But tell your friends as well. I think we haven't hit our cap yet.
No,
We're only on the up and up.
Yeah, everyone, tell your friends. Be like, hey, there's this trans podcast, and they talk about trans stuff, and your friends will be like, wow, trans stuff? And you'll be like, yeah, trans stuff.
They also
Trans
talk
stuff?
about not trans stuff.
Yeah, a lot of that.
So we get everyone. People who like trans stuff, people who like not trans stuff.
We've got
Basically
everything
covered
covered.
100% of the population.
Yeah.
So why don't we? So obviously we've still got so many more subscribers to get.
We have a podcast for the trans population and a podcast for the general population.
Wonderfully well timed.
Thanks.
Got this. I don't know what it is. It's not a frog, because frogs I imagine would be cut quite smooth. You know? I mean, they croak. I know. I get it. That's the joke. But like,
But they'd be quite slidey.
yeah, they're slippery, right? Like,
They do like secrete mucus.
They-
I've
goopy.
never put a frog in my mouth. I wouldn't really know.
yeah, it's something like, it's more like a hedgehog or an echidna.
Okay.
Yeah,
You've got
that's
like
more accurate.
Ooh,
Sonic the
that'd be
Throat
rough.
Lump.
You
Sonic the Throat Lump?
You got a bad case of the throat Sonic.
Do we want to work the Yahoo answers into every episode?
Yeah, I think maybe we do that at the end. Just as a little extra, do 1 or 2 every episode.
I like
that.
it.
I like the fact that the bonus content we're going to be giving people is literally our worst content. Like, it's just the bits that we've had to cut out because something else is going on, or
But
we're
like,
not.
some of it's funny though.
But like that's worth $1 a month.
But yeah, and I think that it's like they want a behind the scenes look. They want to see what makes transgender tick.
It's not just the worst content though. It's like the content that we can't put in. So either it's something that I found really hard to edit, or it's something that we didn't put in because it's very off topic, or it's could have been a joke that we were just like, oh, that's too much. That's too much. But you'll get to hear it anyway.
Easy up.
Easy up. Calm down, Shah. That's too much of a joke. It's too funny.
People are gonna hurt themselves.
From laughing too hard.
They're gonna be playing a roguelike
And then they'll die.
and they'll die.
And they'll have to start their progress again.
Damn.
Because that's what a roguelike is.
Damn.
Damn, roguelike.
All right, do we want to move on to the topic?
Yeah, are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
We're back with an attitude. It's transgeneral, and we're talking about video games.
I don't think people know that we left.
We did leave,
We left. I took my pills.
and that was supposed to be subtle. And there was a hand wave going on that I've just undone by referencing that it happened. I'd be a terrible magician.
That's okay.
Where
I'll
did
be
it
a
go?
good
They're
one,
in my
so-
back pocket. There
It's
you go.
actually 2 women in the box. You
There's
see
actually-
that? That was clever.
There's actually 3. Find out what the third one is.
What was that? That was your phone.
No, it's my computer's making
Oh.
computer noises. I should probably mute it. That's the word.
Turn on to no sound mode.
It's on non-audio.
Give it the old mute.
Idiot. Oi.
Oi.
Ugh. What are you doing? I need this podcasting
Scooch your
voice.
chair closer so that you don't have to lean in and like. Because I noticed when you talk to Chelsea, you're like talking around. Kate
Okay.
does it too.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All
yeah,
right.
for
Uh-huh.
sure.
Uh huh.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Uh huh.
Uh-huh. Video games.
Should I cut this to the start and make it our video games? That's the start
Uh-huh.
of the
Video games. What are you doing today?
Me?
Yeah.
I went to work. You know. What about you?
Uh-huh. Video games. Video games. Uh-huh. Hey, welcome to Video Games with the Transgeneral crew.
We could make a new podcast called Video Games. We've already got a website.
Uh-huh.
Video games.
Video games.
All right. Yeah.
Radical.
Okay, so what's the first trans person you saw in video game ever?
Ooh.
And did you know that it was a trans?
No. And it probably would have been Gwendolyn in Dark Souls 1.
Like you like okay, so
But the deal with Gwendolyn is, like, the country that it came out of is Japan, so everyone can take a guess at, like, how it's handled. Gwendolyn was raised as a girl because of their affinity for the moon, which is a feminine trait in the Souls universe, but like continues to be referred to with male pronouns. So it was such a good potential for a trans character, and they decided to not make it a trans character, just a gender non-conforming character, which is still cool, but less cool. And you know why they did it.
all right, so for me, it was probably Birdo in Mario. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Birdo's an interesting one because like they obviously present femme because they have a bow in their hair. Which is pretty much how in video games you denote femininity.
That's true. Ms. Pac-Man.
Looking at you, Ms.
told me all
Pac-Man.
about it.
Looking at you, Ms. Donkey Kong. I'm looking at you, Ms. Mario. You know, all the classic characters.
Look at you, Ms. Pac-Man.
Candy Kong didn't have a bow. Did have just tits though.
Candy Kong, yeah. Well, but Dixie Kong had a ponytail, which she used to fly, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And she wore a sick beret.
That
Good
is
fashion.
pretty cool.
So, anyway, Birdo shoots eggs out of her mouth, nose hole, her face hole. She has one face hole. Big old hole in the face. And yeah, and I think in the original booklet it was like, he thinks he's a girl, but he's not. And that's kind of basically where we're at with Birdo. Like, Birdo keeps cropping up. Sometimes they don't mention it. Sometimes it's like, is it Yoshi's girlfriend or Yoshi's boyfriend?
I
mean, if she's trans, girlfriend.
They could be friends.
They
could be good friends.
They could be
They
pals.
could be
They could
really
be special
good
friends. I mean, there's more than one Yoshi. That's the thing I find weird too. There's a bunch of Yoshis.
Huh.
They're all different colors. When you've seen Yoshi's story in Island,
I have not.
I've seen it.
you're killing me here.
It's
Friends.
literally convicted murder.
Are you a real gamer?
Oh, no. I'm so sorry. I just
You
said
got
I was to get on
me.
the
I'm a fake
podcast.
gamer girl.
Fake Gamer Girls podcast. Fake GAYMER Girls podcast.
It's true. I committed to it. It's on my Facebook and everything. I can't take it back now.
It's out there in the ether, like our podcasts. We can't take them back.
Screw you, yeah, waves.
Dear, how can we can't take them back? Yeah, gonna fire it over to you, Rowan.
So the first trans character I was aware of was really, like a couple years ago, but like Krem from Dragon Age Inquisition,
Yeah.
who's like, you have to like go deep into the story to even find out that he's trans, because it's like only said in passing a little bit when you're super far into romancing one character. So, and I'm like, is it good or is it not good? I don't know.
I have a feeling in the grand scheme, like if you just start comparing it to everything else, it's a good representation.
Well, yeah, comparatively it's great.
Yeah.
But like objectively, it's pretty good.
I mean, I'm going to kick it back to the old school again, because that's
Kick
me.
it.
The
Hammer
old
it
Jack
into the
Swing.
sky.
So, the second trans character I knew of was Poison from Guilty Gear.
Oh,
Is that right? No, Final Fight.
I think I might have known of Poison first, but I hadn't played the game.
I am unaware.
Oh, the game is that thing that like came out of Britain in roughly 2006, I think. It's where if you say the game to someone else, they have lost the game by thinking about the game. And if you yourself think
Our entire podcast is about the game. Isn't there also like a rapper called The Game?
is it
Did the game lose the game? Yeah, look, what am I talking about? It's Final Fight. The beat 'em up, not Guilty Gear, that's another fight.
bam
But,
bam.
yeah, I mean, she's also been in Street Fighter stuff a few times from memory. And, yeah, they used the word that's mildly offensive, but I'm going to use it because it does come up a couple of times.
Just quote it.
Yep. That's fine.
It's a Japanese term, Uhuh, for yeah, you not come across this before? It's like a term for generally a quote unquote pre-op trans woman
Oh.
because it's like half,
new half.
new half, yeah,
Okay.
and it's sort of like
Is it just specifically referring to you've taken like hormones
Some
and now you've
steps.
got tits or something?
yeah, maybe. And when yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I think there were a couple of times where she. Like, I think I remember in the Nintendo version when it made its way to the West, they just took her out because they didn't believe in, like Nintendo wouldn't allow men to beat women in their games.
Oh, right.
But, like, some of the other versions, they didn't mention that she was trans or whatever. But, like, in more recent times, yeah, they definitely have. And she's kind of like, I think she kind of embodies the, like, trap stereotype. Like, whenever they write, like, she's hyper-sexualized, and it's like, oh, there's something they don't know. I wonder what it is. And it's kind of irrelevant.
Something they don't know, but they definitely want to know because it's very relevant to everything.
Apparently.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel like it's, like, really... I think most people... I don't know. I think she's the most used trans character in games. Like, she's been around for years. And I think that says something about the state of trans women in particular in games.
I'm trying to think if I've come across any others. Do you want to talk about the new controversy? Because I don't actually know anything about that.
Which one are we talking about?
You'll have to be more specific.
There was like some RPG or something.
Yeah, it was Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate. That's it.
I haven't done my research on this. I'm sorry. It's going to be a bit wishy-washy. Basically, I haven't done research on any of this. Okay, so they made like a new expansion from an old RPG game, Baldur's Gate from 98. It's a classic. It was brilliant at the time. I absolutely loved it. And its sequel and the expansions. Yeah, they made a sequel and they put a trans woman character in it. And then people were complaining that social justice warriors have taken over video games and they've ruined everything and yada, yada, yada.
Who told them? Like, how did they find out? We were being so careful. But they all know. Like, somehow they all know.
We don't want video games to exist anymore.
No,
we just want to
stop
ruin them all.
Yeah. Like, first step, put trans women in all of them. Second step, no one buys them because there's trans women in all of them. We win.
Step 3. Step 4.
Question.
Profit.
Okay, so, I mean, this ties into what we've talked about in the last couple of episodes, I think. It's just like the whole thing of like,
Yeah.
just having something that's not, like, it's a fantasy game, right? Like, it's a fantasy game. Like, of course trans characters can exist. Like, people can take freaking potions and turn into animals and stuff. Like, what's your problem?
I was watching an anime recently where one of the characters asked, "Hey, really powerful angel-like creature, could you possibly turn me into a girl so that I can go bathe with all those girls?" And then the angel was like, "Yeah, absolutely." He was like, "Yes, but I won't be able to turn you back." Oh. And I was there, and I was just watching it, going, "Take it, do it." Flawless transformation can't transfer back. Where's my angel, huh? God.
Just go north.
Exactly.
But you are flawless.
Oh.
You're flawlessly you.
I know that wasn't directed to me, but I had to.
You're also flawless.
No, I'm flawed.
Doesn't-
I love my flaws.
Welcome back to the Compliments podcast.
Welcome back to Flawless, the podcast, where we tell each other that we're flawless.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Flawless.
But it also it was also really nice to hear again because it resonated a lot with what was it? When I asked you how to figure out if I was trans, you told me about the button thing.
Oh yeah, if you press
Yeah.
the button, would you press the button?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. The old thought experiment.
The old button.
You could press it and just change it. Would
Yeah.
you do it?
But it's one way. Can't come back.
I mean, you could. You just have
Could
another
you?
button. There's multiple buttons.
Oh, there's multiple. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you can just flip flop.
I think it works better if there's
Can I
only
like press the
one
button halfway?
Yes,
Cool.
it's modular. It's
You can do.
It's a toggle switch instead.
You can press it halfway and then play a Mario level with it.
it's a dial.
Ah, yep.
Yeah,
Oh, that's even better. I'm just like 0.
it's like an old Pong machine from the early '80s.
Oh.
Oh. I'm thinking of claw machines.
I'm thinking of like actually having to turn dials to move the Pong paddles.
Wow.
Yeah. What a
The
time.
past.
So something else I want to talk about with trans women in particular in gaming is that there's just been a bunch that have made video games over the years that have been in development. Like, I don't know what it is about trans women and programmers and programming.
We've talked about it before.
Like, it's a
probably
stereotype,
because,
but like
yeah,
there's some kind of
it's-
connection there. There's a lot of trans women who've made these games that these whiny white boys,
Brats.
yeah, like are crying over when it appears in their games, but like the classics that they love, so many have had trans women working on them. It just seems ridiculous to me.
And if it's made by a big video game company, I don't think it's like avoidable to have a trans woman working on it because
Just
absolutely
there's
not.
so many.
I mean, just women in general. It's like,
yeah.
let's get women out of our video games. There's women in like every development team.
They definitely kick up way more of a fuss when trans women are the ones in the video games, though.
It's true.
It's unfortunate.
I just want more interesting main characters in games.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I hate main characters so much all the time. Not even in video games, just in general. I'm just like,
You're just like, Harry Potter.
I was like, ugh, why are you so like there? Can you have like half the screen time? Thanks. Can we just only have supporting characters?
Can we
Thank
make
you.
this into an ensemble thing? Can we do that now?
Oh my gosh, can it be an ensemble musical instead? Just everything. Just reading a book. Can this be an ensemble musical?
Just
instead?
everyone in the chorus is a lead.
Welcome back to the Trans General Podcast.
I was being the chord
That is
progression.
not singing.
Oh, my throat. I'm really struggling. Maybe it was me singing the Scatman John last week.
Sting, but it
That was... took it out of me.
far too much. Yeah, that's going to be a fun one to edit.
All right. Have we hit the... Like, is this literally all we can think of when we can think of trans people in
Peak
video
trans-
games?
Oh,
Saturation.
no, one I can think of. A
Yep.
really recent one. The new Assassin's Creed game has a trans character.
Really?
Yeah, they're a minor character. Their name's like, I want to say Ned.
Cool.
Ned?
Yeah, Ned.
Hang on, I think I might have seen them. Do they wear a bowler hat?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I have not actually played the game. I've only watched people play it. But yeah,
That's a lot more than I've done.
that is, yeah. There's a minor character
have-
who's a transgender.
Looked at the cover.
Wow.
That doesn't really count, does it?
I didn't even do that. You've got a head start on me by
I haven't
working
even,
where
I
you
haven't,
work.
I haven't looked at the cover. I've just seen people play the game. Just because I was like, well, it's there.
I guess the other thing is that trans people can just read into any character as being trans. Just be like, they're trans.
They're trans now.
They're just
decree
trans.
it.
They're trans. Like, how would you know? How could
Yeah.
you tell? You can't. If they don't
you
go into the
ask them?
character's backstory in particular, it makes it even easier.
It really annoys me that like I've done that before and I've just been like this person like this character, the way the narrative fits them, I'm gonna call them trans even though the source material doesn't say they are. Or like specifically when I was just sort of like Jotaro from the anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Part 3. It was a manga first, but
What
I
a
watched the
name.
anime.
What's it about?
Oh, it's so good. I can talk about it at length, but not right now.
Wait till the anime episode.
The anime episode.
Wait till the anime episode.
The anime. Wait. Oh, we're doing an episode on anime, are we?
Are we?
Sure. Why
It'll
not?
be
Let's do
just Charlotte, and then we'll all just be
Yeah.
silently
Uh-huh.
in
Yep.
awe.
Hey, I've seen Evangelion. I've
I've
seen
seen Evangelion.
I've seen Sailor
Jelly
Moon
Gone.
and other magical girl animes.
I've seen Cowboy Bebop.
I have not.
I've seen Akira.
I've seen Pokemon.
I've seen Pokemon the movie.
I've also seen Digimon.
I've seen Pokemon the movie 2000.
I've seen Pokemon the movie Mewtwo Returns. That's something.
I've seen the one with Manaphy. I watched half and then I was like, I'm sick of this, and I stopped watching.
I've watched all the Ghiblis.
The Ghiblis?
Yeah.
All of them.
I think so, yeah.
Huh.
Had a binge.
Nausicaa?
Wow.
Yeah. I've seen those.
Like even the not
I've seen Porco Rosso. I've seen...
I haven't seen that yet.
wow. I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen a
So
lot of them.
anyway, in the anime, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Part 3, Jotaro Kujo, the main character, is not at all interested in any romantic advances, but we only see some from girls. But I'm just sort of like, the creator has also said that he's just not interested.
Does that mean that he's ace?
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, cool, he's Ace. And then people were immediately just like, no, there's no proof that he's Ace. The director just said he wasn't interested in girls yet. And I'm like, what isn't...
I'm like, that is proof.
Yeah, okay.
Do you not
but
understand what proof means? Do you want me to explain it to you?
It's never stated anywhere in the series. Like, he has a kid eventually, and they never say how he got this kid. And I'm just like, there's like, at the very least, I'm going to go with aromantic. Like,
Back to video games.
back to video
How are
games.
the JoJo video games?
I really like the fighting game on the PS3.
There's been so many over the years, right? Like, a lot of them haven't made their way to the West, but...
There was the one on, God, I don't remember the hardware. The Sega, maybe? I think the Saturn? I'm not sure. I never played it, but it's one of the iconic ones with like really cool pixel art and stuff. But I've played in depth the recent, not the most recent, but one of the recent JoJo fighting games, and it was pretty fun. It was definitely a fan game and not a real fighting game, because
Is that like the Naruto ones where it's just kind of like not particularly balanced?
yeah,
You just
it's just like that.
It's just
it was
good fun.
Not balanced at all.
Just play your faves.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I ended up playing like the most powerful characters in the show, and they were also the most powerful characters in the game.
No.
It's good. It's canon.
It's canon, but also I could just pound people into the dust.
It's good.
Sounds
It's,
like a
it's
great
hard
time.
mode. It's like playing Krillin on a DBZ game.
Why?
I'm Chiaotzu,
Chiaotzu is just a delight.
little doll kid,
Yeah.
little psychic
Little
doll
psychic.
kid.
Cool.
It's been a long time since I've seen Dragon Ball.
And grapples were super overpowered. I could just grapple someone into the ground, grapple them
Like
again,
grapple
and
lock?
again and again. Yeah, I could grapple lock them, and then
It's like UFC.
it's just like UFC.
The other thing I want to talk about is growing up and trying to pick not man characters.
Trying to pick what?
Not man
that
characters.
aren't men.
Oh, yeah.
So like I would always either pick like the anthropomorphic animals, like your Yoshis and your Toads and your the panda and the polar bear and the tiger on Crash Team Racing, because it's like it's not overtly the girl character, because I was afraid that if I picked the girl characters, then people would know that I was
They'll
trans.
know.
I know.
Oh, no.
I still would sometimes, but I don't have to consciously like make sure I balanced it out so that no one thought anything was suspicious.
I literally always picked the girl character. I feel like the other ones I was like Crashing Racing. I was like Coco every time.
You're a stronger trans than I.
What was the other game you're talking about? I would always play Princess Peach just because I loved her outfit. I was like, Plus, we were both blondes.
So stylish.
But also Rosalina's outfit. I know Rosalina wasn't out like super long ago.
But when
like,
Rosalina came out, I was like, Rosalina!
I'm so down with Rosalina because now they finally have a female, like, heavy character, large character, because she's tall.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm a tall girl.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, in Smash Bros, I always play Wii Fit Trainer.
That's,
You can choose out of two.
Genders, but 4 outfits.
That's huge. It could be
That's-
more than 2 genders.
So many outfits. So I don't know what that says about me.
What about, like, games where you got to create a character?
like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Let me talk about
Like,
Dark Souls.
my first WoW character was a girl, but then I deleted it. I made a boy because I was scared. I was always so scared.
Aw,
Just the scared little girl.
that's real sad.
Yeah.
Oh, I would only ever pick a male character if I could like customize them a lot. So I'd just make them kind of hot, and I'd be like, yes,
Just a little hot though.
just a little hot. So I could be like, well, I gotta have something to look at.
It's kind of like why a lot of straight cis guys play female characters. They can look at their butts all day.
Oh my god. Pay attention to the game, jeez. Are
Nah,
you a real
Stop
gamer?
looking at butts.
Jeez.
I can't help it sometimes. I just want to look at a nice pixelated butt.
You just zoom in there, just nice and good, like.
People out there who know about Dark Souls 3, if I just mention...
If you like looking at your character's butt,
No,
Dark
look at
Souls
your
3.
character's butt because the camera's right behind them. But also, if I just mention the Dancer of the Boreal Valley, if either of you have seen, yep,
Yep.
that's
I've
a
watched
butt.
enough playthroughs to know.
That's definitely a
I
butt
don't.
right there. They
in
did
the
the
dark.
character design in such a way that I'm guessing that the way they frame the butt in the boss fight in such a way it seems as though it's actually trying to distract you.
With butt.
with butt.
Is it physics? Is it butt physics?
It's not butt physics.
Jiggle
but,
butt?
Like, it's like a very nicely framed butt. Like when it's turning around from certain like attacks.
You mean every attack?
Like every attack.
Do they attack you with their butt?
No.
I wish. Oh my god. No, other enemies do.
The Silent Demon will do like a butt stomp on you.
Yeah. The Greatwood does a butt stomp.
Get all
Yep.
Mario on you. Double jump and slam with the bum.
Slam with the butt. You know how it is. With them Mario butt slams.
But me though.
Welcome to Mario Butt Slam cast.
Are we just thinking about butts now?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, butts.
Butts.
You know,
Please
there's-
email us about butts.
Do either of you know of GameButts.club?
What?
I think either I know the person that made it or I know a contributor.
Clack, clack, clack.
Clickety clap.
I'm just gonna-
My mic jumps up and down every time.
Did you make GameButts.club? Question mark.
It's a bunch of digital butts.
It's just like, here's a butt I submitted from a video game, but like generally not an intentional butt. Generally not something like intended to be sexualized.
It's everyone's butts from Final Fantasy IX. Oh, that reminds me. Final Fantasy IX.
Yeah,
Did
I
some
know the creator of GameButts.club.
This is
gender
beautiful.
stuff.
This is everything I want in my life.
Look at those butts. That's just a bunch of butts. And we're not talking about like some kind of cis woman in the old turning around showing both the boobs and the butts at the same time. We're talking all kinds of butts. There's a real butt diversity here.
We've got
snake butts.
Yeah, I was like,
Cortana's,
ooh.
Got
Cortana's butt.
some more snake
I'm
butts.
stuck at snake butt.
Mario showing the goods there.
We got some spacesuit butts.
Got some Mass Effect butts.
We got some Ass Effect.
Mass Effect.
We got some Fallout jumpsuit butts. We got some Captain Falcon butts.
But
Just
Captain
saying
Falcon
everything
butt.
I see here. Just saying all the butts that I come across as I see them. Wow, this is kind of mesmerizing.
So everyone, go check out GameButts.club.
I'm gonna follow this.
This is the best thing I found today.
This is gonna make my week.
Celestial butt, the most elite and dangerous of butts.
Look at them. Look at all these
I'm
butts.
gonna put all of these butts on my
That's
queue.
Candy Kong's butt
Oh my
right there.
gosh.
Nintendo seems to really love butts.
Nintendo loves that
That's what's
shit.
going on here.
Butts are great.
I know they're pro butt agenda.
Here at Nintendo, we are pro butt.
I mean, that's pretty much as sexy as they get, right?
Yeah.
They're not allowed to show any more sexiness than butts. Back at it again with the Mario butt stomp.
Okay, so do we want to do some Ask Transgender stuff? Because we were meaning to do that after the Yahoo Answers thing last episode, but we didn't.
Yes, we can. Have you got one
Furious
ready?
nodding.
Have you prepared one earlier?
I've got the list up. We can just have a look at one of them.
'Cause there's
Anyone
also
else suddenly discover they were trans purely because they just hadn't seriously thought about it before? Yes, I did. Next question.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's just
I mean,
that's often just what happens.
whenever a question is, has anyone else? I mean,
It's-
I think
yeah.
often the answer is yes. If you're being completely concrete. Anyway, what else we got?
What makes you a bad transgender person?
Uh,
I steal candy from babies.
that makes you a bad person.
Oh. But I'm also trans. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious about the responses. Let's go. I'm not going to actually name any usernames, but...
Username A.
Oh.
It's just making fun of trans tropes.
Oh,
Oh, that was easy.
I don't have a butterfly tattoo. Oh, neither do I.
Are we supposed to have butterfly tattoos?
Are we?
I was going to get a butterfree tattoo.
Oh,
But is
that's
that too
pretty close.
kitschy?
I was gonna go.
that's really
We're
cool.
not a
I was gonna go for a
Metapod.
bead drill.
I'm still planning to get like the Berserk brand of sacrifice on my forearm.
Berserk brand.
Berserk brand. Yeah, that's my own personal brand.
I got a good Yahoo Answers. Can we jump across to that
Yes.
Oh
one?
my god. No, this is actually a really good answer
Okay.
for what makes you a bad trans. I only want men for their penises. That makes you bad already because you're just like all these.
Yeah, all men have
Yeah.
penises. That's not true.
And I have a fantasy about being rotisseried by two firefighters.
Wait, what?
I have a fantasy about being rotisseried by two firefighters.
Wow.
Does
that make you a bad trans or a great trans?
I'm gonna say great.
I think that makes you a rotisserie.
You got to spin.
I think it makes you fun at parties.
My Facebook wall isn't covered in anime pics. Ugh, God damn it.
Oh, wow. Neither is mine.
All right, let's go with you. Let's go with your thing.
Okay. We're jumping back over to Yahoo Answers and their always enlightening LGBT section. Alright, I love this one. This one's really cute. How did Kris and Caitlyn Jenner have kids? Sorry for being really rude about this, but I'm just a kid, so how did they have 2 kids? I know that they are lesbian, but how did they without a guy? Did they adopt them or something? Or is it something else? Sorry for being really rude about this, but I'm really confused. I think this is really cute if it's sincere.
It's pretty cute. How did they, Chelsea? I'm actually curious too. If you could shed some light.
So it turns out trans women often, at some point, have equipment that can make babies with some cis women.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's it.
and some trans men.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some...
But I mean, I'm referring specifically to the Kris and Caitlyn Jenner
right. Yep.
situation.
Sorry, I'm going back. I'll also get one. This is just my favorite one from Yahoo Answers. It's just, Chelsea said this before the podcast, but it's just, how tall are you?
How tall are you? Listeners, please email us in with how tall you are. I'm 6'1". How tall are you, Charlotte?
I'm 172 centimeters.
Okay, I think I'm 185.
I'm
Okay.
173. So, and I'm about 5'7", 5'8".
Okay.
So you'd be about that too.
So now when you're listening to our voices, you can imagine our heights, and I think that just gives you a much clearer picture.
If you send us
Of the
$50,
dynamic.
we'll send you full cardboard cutouts of each of us.
Oh my gosh. You
To
know I
scale.
would do that though. You
To
know
scale.
I would. I'm that self-centered.
Do it. Yeah, I'm encouraging it. $50 for some cardboard cutouts. We're just ripping... Wait, hang on, I'll cover the mic. We're ripping them off.
It's okay. It's okay. All the proceeds would be going to getting more for me, of me.
Oh, yep.
Fill my room with cardboard cutouts of me. Any other good questions?
Are gay people attracted to themselves?
I mean, I'm a little attracted to myself, but that's not because I'm gay, it's because I'm hot.
Only if I look at a mirror and I'm like, hey. But then I realize it's a mirror and I'm like, oh.
Oh,
So
Not actually.
I just
for
spent
me.
5 minutes chatting with a mirror.
Whoa. Again.
These are really much less entertaining than they were last week.
Yeah.
I'm really
It's kinda
disappointed.
like,
I gotta
ooh.
filter some of these out before next.
Ooh.
Maybe they knew that we were going to do it and then like they went and cleaned it all out. Like the mods cleaned it up. Just search for the T slur and pick out the best one.
Sorry, this one's not. I just said, OMFG, I accidentally came in contact with a homosexual. What should I do?
Say hi.
Like, say hi back.
Yeah,
Don't be rude.
Is in contact.
Just-
like, did you walk into them? Did you just walk in front of them and they were like, hello? And you were like, oh my god!
A homosexual.
Ah!
Well,
How
that's
did
like-
you know?
But they're just
Did you
like,
have
I am
sex
a
with
homosexual and I am in contact with you. Do they like send you an IM?
This is not a Yahoo Answers question, but I just got sent something by a person. It's a screenshot from some kind of dating app. I don't actually recognize the color scheme. But it says, I'll make you all the calzones you could eat. Just let me watch you pee. Lol.
What?
Oh.
What?
I'm
I
like,
can't even imagine the context. Is it-
I don't see a context.
I'm just
it's
like,
the first
look,
message.
I would be down, but I can't really eat calzones.
Yeah.
It's like some kind of pizza restaurant wee fetishist.
Pizza restaurant wee wee fetish.
Look, if I get
just
free
can't think-
pizza out of
Is
this,
that the name of the episode now?
I mean, it's someone who would be in, access of a lot of calzone.
if it really means all the ones you want, what if this person
That's a
wants
lot.
a lot?
This is like an infinite number.
That's yeah.
Because it's the best kind.
I don't actually know what calzones are.
Oh, it's a pizza,
Oh.
but you fold it over.
Oh.
and
So-
it looks beautiful.
Why have
like
I
a
not
little half
encountered
moon.
these? Like, my Italian relatives have not shown me what a calzone is. Or maybe I just don't look. I don't look at what I can't see.
Or maybe they call it something different in their region, like the half pizza. A giant pizza pocket.
Ah, yeah.
The pizza...
The
just call it-
giant
I don't know, I
pizza
ran out of
pocket,
ideas. That was really depressing.
The pizza fold over. Upside down pizza. Wait, what's that cake?
Pizza
Uh,
pineapple
pizza gummy.
surprise.
Ooh, pizza gummy is a good one. And that took me a moment to get, and I enjoyed it quite a lot.
Just let that sink in a little bit.
Let it
Just let it air
Let
out
it
a little
envelop
bit.
you a
as
little
we think
bit.
of more things to talk about.
It's been a long day.
Yaha.
About 24 hours, actually.
Whoa.
Well, it will be
Really?
if these trends continue.
Wow. Like that's a long time to be awake.
Do we want to end the podcast?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/transgeneral. You might want to find us on Twitter, though, and follow us on Twitter and like all of the things that we post. It makes us feel good about ourselves. At transgeneral on Twitter. Our Patreon is patreon.com/transgeneral. If you give us some money, it'd be really helpful. We can use that to,
Make cardboard cutouts.
And send them to you.
to do those things.
Also, you can send us money for just the mics and stuff. Up to you. Let us know in the notes.
We still do need to upgrade some other things, but also paying off the debt from upgrading things before would be cool.
We can also send you and make available to you some spicy extra content.
Yeah, there is extra content.
And it's
Just
spicy.
It is spicy, as Chelsea said. If you're not into spicy stuff, I'll also provide you some weak stuff.
Just some sorbet to cool the tongue after.
Yeah.
Maybe some yogurt.
So, just certain things that might not make into an episode. There might be a joke that's just sort of like, maybe that's too much for anyone that might be listening for the first time, or there might be just content that I can't properly filter. So if you're fine with listening to something that could be potentially a bit echoey, you might find a lot of our funny content has been cut because guess what? Sometimes it's hard to record. But yeah, any other information?
Yeah, our website is transgeneral.supplies. You can find a form there to send us emails, give us feedback, or maybe rouse on us a little bit because we said something a little bit too silly.
Do that. Yep. Just tell us we are far too silly. We don't know. We never know. Who can know?
Who can never
It
be
cannot
sure?
be known. It's unknowable.
Well,
What is
We've been
known?
Night Vale.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. We will be back next week with the episode where we get drunk. Maybe,
Is that
hopefully.
next week?
Yeah.
No, actually. Well, yes.
The episode after
but we can put it off for 1 week because we've got an extra
Okay.
episode.
Wow. We've hit 12 episodes already?
Yeah.
Really? Next
God,
week?
I am-
Well, technically, we've already got 12 because of the last episode.
It's going to be some quality content, friends.
Woo!
The most quality you've
Are
ever
we going to
gotten.
drink during Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, or after?
Yes.
It's got to start during at some point.
Yeah.
Charlotte. Yes.
So
Yes.
our next episode will be our drunken review of the Australian classic film Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Enjoy.
I'm really looking forward to it. All right. Thanks for listening,
You've been
everyone.
transgeneral. Don't be shit.
Don't be shit.
Don't be shit.